we need to find the derivative of the inverse of f of x when x is equal to 17. Now, we are going to show that f of 1 is equal to 17. Therefore, 1/17 belongs to the curve. Now, when x is equal to 1, f of 1 is equal to 17 times 1 cubed. Therefore, f of 1 is equal to 17. Now, think about it. If 1/17 is on the curve, its inverse will be 17/1. We swipe x for y, which means the inverse of f of 17 is equal to 1. Now, in general, the inverse of f of x prime, the derivative of the inverse of f of x, is equal to 1 over f prime of the inverse of f of x, which means the derivative of the inverse of 17 is equal to 1 over the derivative of f of the inverse of f of 17, which is 1. Now we are going to search for the derivative of f of x. Let's just write the function. F of x is equal to 17x cubed. The derivative of f of x is equal to 17 times 3x squared. Therefore, the derivative of f of x is equal to 3 times 17, which is 51, times x squared. And when x is equal to 1, the derivative of f of x is equal to 51 times 1 squared, which is just 51. So f prime of 1 is equal to 51. Therefore, the derivative of the inverse of f of 17, according to the formula, will be equal to 1 over 51. If you think this method was too involved, here's another way to solve the problem. What do they want? They want the derivative of the inverse of f of x at x equal to 17. Now we know that the point 1/17 belongs to the curve, the original function, because when x is equal to 1, f of 1 is 17. Let's just graph this. You could just use your graphing calculator also. So here's what happened. From 0, the curve, which is a cubic curve, will go to 1/17. Now, if it does, then the inverse will be 17/1. We swipe x for y. And the inverse is the reflection of this graph over the line y equal to x. Here we go. quick sketch will be this one with 17 and 1. Now, f of x is equal to 17x cubed. F prime of x, we have to calculate the derivative, will be 17 times 3x squared, which is 51x squared. The slope of the original function at x equal to 1, f prime of x is equal to 51. Because we swipe x for y, the slope of the inverse will be just the inverse of the slope of the original function at that point. Therefore, the slope of the inverse of f of 17, notice that if we have m1 as the original slope, m2 will be 1 over m1, the slope of the inverse. Therefore, it'll be 1 over 51, and we're done.